What is going on, guys? JPOD-SPORTS, and welcome back to another video. Now, the Giants finally got a good win to be proud of this year. They beat Seattle, being a 7.5 favorite against the Giants. The Giants have an absolute stunner of a win. Everybody picked against them, including me, including every pretty much Giants fan out there. Seattle came in averaging like 500 yards per game. The Giants absolutely shut them down. Now, granted, the Giants have won the time possession battle 37 minutes to 22 minutes. Seattle did get something going there at the end of the game, but it wasn't enough for the Giants to ultimately win the game. Now, I think I'm going to give out a game ball to Daniel Jones today. Daniel Jones played his absolute ass off. The guy was the reason why we won the game, and the reason why there even was an offense to begin with today. No Malik Neighbors, no Devin Singletary, and it did not phase him one bit. He showed more confidence. He showed more leadership than he showed years past. Defense on the field, he's getting pumped up on the sideline. Normally that's what Saquon Barkley did, but not today. That was Daniel Jones. He ran angry and he threw lasers. He had two straight deep balls for like 35 plus yards. He absolutely hit Slayton on the first one towards the sideline, which she got the double guns finger 15-yard penalty. NFL needs to stop with that. I mean, everybody does it. It's a grown man's league. This isn't meant for 8-year-olds to watch, and they're not going to go shoot a gun somewhere. And and the next one was a really nice crossing route on a play action, which the Giants cannot run this before last year. The historically horrible offensive line will not withstand that blocking. The Giants' pass blocking today was phenomenal. The run blocking was perfect. Everything you could have imagined today to win the football game you needed to do, they did. And they did it with perfection, and they did extra. I can be more proud of today's game. These are the games that change a season. Now, this is a game that's going to build confidence because you're going against 1-4 Cincinnati next week. I believe the Giants are I think they're home, I'm not mistaken. If they're not, well, kind of changes a little bit. The Giants went in a hostile environment. This is probably the hardest place to win, if not top three. This place registered as earthquake for a guy running for a touchdown. That's how crazy it is. The Giants didn't get any false starts. The only penalty they had was a 15-yard flag on the unsportsmanlike conduct. They played absolutely fundamentally perfect football. Special teams, defense, offense, defense getting stops. They didn't allow a touchdown to the fourth quarter in the last 6 minutes. Absolutely insane. We had 7 sacks today. We looked great. We forced a fumble. Banks looked good today. The Giants were clicking on all cylinders, and they need to build off this win because this win could change your season. If you look back at the schedule, the Giants for last year, you get a player or two back, you're just looking at it's completely different. But that's in the past now. You got to look what's ahead of you. You got to win against Cincinnati, then we can have a conversation if you could be somewhat making a noise for the playoffs this year, which I don't know if they will. Not me personally, but I think this is just a good building block that show that okay, things are looking in a little bit of order now. You look like you got the coaching going good. The O line looks good. The play calling's looking good. The defense is looking good. Everything that looked shitty week one looks great. So I couldn't be more happy. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the pass rush. The pass rush, 7 sacks today. The Giants' pass rush has been ferocious. I mean, whether it's a safety blitzing or a linebacker coming in the A gap, the Giants are getting there to the quarterback and they're making noise. Now, they're not getting interceptions, but they're getting stops. They did not do that week one. They did not get it against Washington. They should have had one with the holding call on Drew Phillips, but doesn't matter. I think what was it? Yeah, Dexter Lawrence today, 3 sacks, 6 on the year. He already has more than he had last year in the first 5 games of the season. This guy is an absolute animal. He's only getting better. Tyrone Tracy, another guy I want to talk about, 129 rushing yards and 18 carries, 7.2 yards carry. This guy needs to be the starting running back. He runs with a purpose and somewhere to go. He fits the Giants model way better than Devin Singletary. No knock on Devin Singletary, but whenever I watch the guy run the football, he makes me want to hold my breath because every time he does run the ball, it's either going to get fumbled or something stupid. But Tyrone Tracy finds the A gap and with receiver explosiveness shoots through it. Not A gap, finds a wide open hole in the run game and just shoots through it, which is really good to have. Now you had Saquon Barkley, a guy that hesitated the hole and tried to cut for a touchdown. Tyrone Tracy is a completely different player, and I'm really excited to see him. He can catch the ball. He's really shifty. He fits the Brian Dable mold. Now, another point of emphasis I want to put out there was the receiving core. Now, you did not have Malik Neighbors, and that was a big part of the Giants' offense. That is, I think, it was a 26.9% of the Giants' offensive production this year. Now, Darius Slayton had a really bad drop on like a quick 2-yard play, which after that he was really good. He had 8 catches, 122 yards, and touchdown. He made up for the production. The one thing I will say and criticize about the Giants receiving core is they have 13 drops on the season. The receiving core has 4 to Wanda Robinson, 3 to Slayton, 3 to Neighbors, and 1 to Hyatt. That's another guy too I want to talk about. Where the hell is he? Is he just not good, or does he just not get targets? Because Jalen Hyatt is a no-show, and if you're gonna think about trading somebody, it should probably be him. I don't like he started a lot. He probably played a good like 70% of the offensive snaps. I didn't see what he played, but he didn't really make any sort of production whatsoever. And I don't know if that's Daniel doesn't throw him the ball or he's just not getting open because he can't run routes. But absolute great game from the Giants. And then the last game ball goes to Isaiah Simmons. I mean, the athleticism and the knowledge too, because if you jump over the long snapper, that's a flag. You can't do that. But if you jump between the gap, that's a clean block. And you're allowed to do that. As long as you don't hit the long snapper and jump over him directly, you're good. And another thing it's overlooked. Nunes Rocha is kind of he pushed the guy down to create that room for him to be able to jump over the alignment of the blocking and block that field goal. And then Bryce Ford Wheaton uses his 4.38 speed and returns it for a touchdown. So couldn't be more proud of this team today, and that's something rare, I say. And I hope I see more of this. I hope this isn't a thing that just is 1 week. Hey, look at us, and then just gone the next week. But the Giants are showing progress week by week, and it's good to see because years before the Giants go 1-3, you're looking at who you're drafting, which I was already doing pretty much, and you're looking at the schedule. Oh God, we're not winning anything. Seattle was chalked up as a loss for everybody. Everybody broadcasting, no one thought the Giants had a living fighting chance in hell to win this football game. So that's pretty much about it. Quick little recap. Proud of this football team. Hope to see more of it. I mean, this is great. So I hope against Cincinnati we play just as good, if not better. Hopefully, Malik Neighbors plays and we figure it out. Anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and if you're new, also subscribe, which follows that. But anyways, guys, see you guys in the next.